Now, thank you for staying with us. The weather is getting warmer, is it?
Well,
not
yeah.
today,
Not
it's
today,
not. And the sleeves will soon be getting shorter, which will make it harder for many women to camouflage the common problem area, the arms.
Bingo wings. That's what it is, bingo wings. Well, our stylist Laura Cunningham is at hand to show us how to dress to impress and reduce the self-consciousness this season with some in-season looks that will make the best of your assets and the best of your arms. It's about disguising the areas we're not mad about, Laura.
Yes, absolutely. Arms are just tricky at the best of times. No matter how slim or full-figured you are, arms can just be really dodgy. You've probably noticed I've never been on the show and shown my arms. It's just not a thing I love. So it's really easy to
I'd say Irish women hate their arms. We have bad arms as a race.
Well, it's the colour as well, and it's like
we're not very
pale and sort of.
It's all a lot of effort, isn't it?
So Littlewoods, Littlewoods Ireland, Littlewoods.ie have a range now, and we're starting here with our first model here. This is cleverly chic.
Yes, absolutely. So the obvious thing is kind of boleros and little jackets. But what I would say is that not every bolero is going to help you. In fact, some of them make you look worse. Completely avoid capped sleeve if you can. You know, these ones that kind of sit just off your shoulders. They'll do nothing for you. The length of this sleeve is great because it's just below the elbow. So it's going to completely elongate your arm and it'll be lovely and slimming. This is a dress from their Enchanted range, is 139, and the little jacket is 109 from Littlewoods.
It's a very unusual jacket.
I love that. It's
kind of got a half collar on one side.
Yeah, it closes over at the side. Yeah, it's really pretty. But the reason why it's so clever is, like I say, the arms are just the right length. It's going to completely elongate your arm and just straighten the whole thing out and just hide all those bingo wings that we don't like.
Actually, is the dress sleeveless?
You can just pop off the. It is, yeah.
Yeah. I love the dress. Look at that.
Dress.
So as you're feeling a little bit braver in the evening, you can pop the jacket off.
After a few glasses of wine, you don't carry it.
Exactly.
That's a lovely dress.
That'd be gorgeous now for communions and stuff like that. Great price as well.
Yeah, it's a really good price. I think it looks a lot more expensive than it is as well.
It does.
And Littlewoods have they range from really inexpensive stuff right up to designer things. Like such a mix in the catalogue.
Look at this, Littlewoods, amazing.
Okay. This is actually Amanda Wakely for Littlewoods, and of course you don't have to completely disguise your arms. And if you are going to wear a dress that has arms, it doesn't necessarily have to be these full arms. I love this because it just sits right off your shoulder. It ends just above the elbow, which you should always aim for your sleeves to end just below the biggest part of your arm, so it's just you're showing off the slimmest part, which would be really flattering. Little shoes there as well. They're only 39.
The shoes.
They're so cute. They're €39 at the moment. There's kind of a sale on as well on Littlewoods.ie.
Actually, yeah, because we had €44 coming up there, but they're actually 39.
Oh, they're 39. Sorry,
they're beautiful. They're absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, they're really flattering as well because they're quite pale, so they elongate the arm. So there's the arm. You can see it goes right down to just below the elbow. But again, you're not wearing a big bulky thing trying to hide yourself. It just skims nicely over the whole silhouette. Flowing. Yeah, exactly. Another thing to keep in mind, this is kind of party wear. A lot of us, when we are going out, we wear big chunky bangles. If you are a bit conscious about your arms and you are trying to elongate your frame at all, that can be a little bit dodgy, so just be careful. Maybe wear something a little bit more delicate. As well, another thing, which it might sound silly, but pale nail varnish is much more flattering on the arm than dark nail varnish. Much like dark shoes can sometimes cut off your leg. Dark nail polish and big chunky dark bangles.
On and you had those lovely nude nail varnish colours.
It's a big kind of trend for this year anyway.
And it'll elongate everything.
Exactly. It'll lengthen you right out.
Okay, this is our smart silhouette.
This dress is actually a maternity dress, would you believe?
Wow.
So it's great. I mean, you can obviously wear it when you're not pregnant, clearly, because Kathy is, but it stretches right out if you are. And again, it's just lovely skimmed arms. They come right down to the bottom. 3/4 length sleeves, very flattering, especially if you're petite. If you have shorter arms, they'll elongate them right out. And of course, black. It's just so flattering on anyone's shape.
And the shoes, these are, as soon as I saw them, I was like, they're the Carrie shoes. They're the shoes in the famous scene where she's like, hello, lovers, about the Christian Louboutins.
They're quite Louboutin-esque, right?
Yeah.
Those ones, they're only €34.
Wow.
Yeah, I love those. And the hot pink is great. You can kind of splash a little bit of colour into any outfit. The little bag there, I don't know if we can see that, but that's only €19 at the moment. It's a little
Chanel-inspired.
Chanel-esque little number, yeah, exactly.
Now we have a picture of Jennifer Hudson just to show you contrast. Like wearing, covering the arms and not covering the arms, and
getting
things
it right
to do there, getting
it
it right and getting it wrong. Like, it's not too bad with the white. It's a bit.
It's a beautiful dress, and she's a gorgeous woman, obviously. But halter necks are not going to do much for you if you're self-conscious, especially about your upper arms, which a lot of Irish women are. You can see there she's just popped a little bolero on. Also, a V-neck is it does wonders for elongating your torso, and it takes attention away from the shoulder and arm area. So she's kind of doing a few things wrong there. She has the bangles, you can see as well, which. Again, shortening the arms, making the whole thing look a little bit blocky. Took them off, nice. The second outfit there is just perfect. The whole thing just does wonders for her figure. Cinched in the right place, you know, downward lines, bringing the line down to the floor, and again the little bolero. She's not completely covered up. She doesn't look like she's all, you know, covered,
exactly, yeah.
but it's just in exactly the right place. And the key is that the sleeves stop at the slimmest part of her arm.
So stop just above the elbow. That's the key.
It depends on your arm, but generally you'll know where the kind of largest part of your arm is, and if it stops just below that, then all you're going to see is the slim part, and it tricks the eye, and it's really clever. It's really easy to do.
Okay.
Okay, next up is Lazy Days.
Yes, so this is a little bit more of a casual look. And one thing that a lot of women don't like wearing is t-shirts and things like that when they are just lazing around, because t-shirts can be awful on the arms. So I always recommend a nice tunic. This one here is cinched at the end of the arm, which again, you know, creates a nice little narrow arm coming from it. This tunic here is €64. And just popped it over a little pair of jeans. They're great actually, there's a lovely amount of stretch in them. They're €49 from the catalogue. And again, another pair of shoes, which are right on trend. They're €44, those ones.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Gorgeous
Simple.
shoes. Gladiator.
Gladiator
But what
style.
did you say? You told me this is the evolution of the gladiator sandal.
It is. The cutaway.
Everybody's wearing them. See
Cutaway
Glenda Gilton
shoes.
in them all the time. So
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
She can rock them. Like, she looks so. When you got legs like Glenda's, you can look fab.
I know,
in those.
absolutely. So you can
So
see there
that's-
the sleeves just really flattering, because we don't want to always have to have a jumper or a cardigan on over a t-shirt. So a
because
tunic is a really good way to go.
Sometimes, like, you have a lovely outfit, and then you have to feel like you have to put something over it, and it kind of ruins the outfit. So it's nice to be
Exactly.
able to wear something like that, so you're not killing the line of the outfit.
Exactly, it's
Yeah.
so pretty as well. Like, and they're so comfortable and easy to wear. You can throw them on
Good
over
for
anything.
summer.
Yeah, exactly, absolutely.
And finally, office ready. So if you're heading to the office and then you could head out afterwards with this as well.
Look at the bag.
Yeah, I know, loving the bag. That bag is a little bit more
The bag
expensive
is
now. That's
€239
$239.
though.
Looks like it's worth about 5 times more than that, though. Seriously, that's a good price.
Yeah, like I say, they have such a variety from really inexpensive to really expensive in the Littlewoods catalogue. So the shirt here is €47, and as you can see, it has the lovely bell sleeves on it, which they're just going to completely balance you out. The largest part of them is actually just above the wrist, so it's going to make the top of your arms look a lot slimmer.
So look for volume at the bottom of the sleeve.
Exactly,
Okay.
yeah. And the trousers are €47. Again, they're nice and wide at the bottom, so they're going to balance out your frame, because if your arms are one of the areas that you're not mad about, you don't want to end up looking top heavy. So nice wide leg trousers or a little bit of a boot cut is always going to balance out your
The
frame.
fact that the actual cuff is so narrow works. It's quite a clever trick, isn't it?
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
It just makes your whole arm look so narrow then, because the only part that is tight is nice and narrow.
Yeah.
So it's another clever trick for the eye.
And why is that bag so expensive? Is that because it's one of the designer range?
It is, yes. It's one of their higher range ones, but
Okay.
they have. I mean, that last little bag was €19.
Yeah.
So they have a great variety.
Range,
right?
yeah, all
Littlewoods
prices.
Ireland,
They seem to have-
Littlewoods.ie.
we had Caprice in not long ago
Yeah,
with her range.
Caprice's range is fantastic. Isn't it?
Yeah,
And
they
some
have,
of
of
the
course,
stuff to
Trini and
dress in.
Susanna do a range for them as well, and Holly Willoughby is doing a maternity range for them at the moment.
Wow.
So yeah, it's brilliant. I'm so impressed with them.
God,
They're
my
great.
sister, she gets pregnant, she does a maternity range. Great. Okay, littlewoods.ie. Thank you.